We're following breaking news out of Kansas City this morning where crews are on the scene of a massive semi-fire on I-70 near Manchester. It has been burning for nearly an hour. Still some flames peeking from underneath there. Sky Tracker's there. Let's go to Major Miles first about the traffic situation this is causing. Major 70 closed right here.
Yeah, Lindsay, basically shut down between 435. That's where they'll force you off westbound. May even want to jump off at Blue Ridge Cutoff, get up to 40 Highway as an alternate route to get around that westbound. Eastbound's being forced off at 31st Street, 40 Highway there as you come onto the Manchester Bridge. Again, 40 Highway, pretty good alternate route. Now you can see the tanker truck is westbound on I-70 just past 435. Heavy damage. And you can also see that big section of the concrete median divider over on the eastbound side. Now that's why they've shut down eastbound. And again, that's being forced off at 40 Highway there as you get onto the Manchester Bridge. Now here early with traffic light, 40 Highway, even 23rd Street would work as an alternate route if they force you off at 435. There's a look from the scout camera. And so again, traffic light right now, not huge delays, but obviously if they work this for too long, which probably westbound may be shut down through the rush hour, we'll start to see some sizable backups with this interstate closure. That's a check of your time-saving traffic. I'm Major Miles.
Thank you so much, Major. Now let's go to Sarah Hollenbeck. She is live on the scene right now. Sarah, what are you seeing?
Well, right now it looks like they're finally getting this under control, but I can tell you, Lindsay, from the ground, you can see that this is just a huge mess. It's going to take fire crews a long time to try and clean up after this semi completely exploded. We were very first on scene when we got out here this morning. I arrived even before firefighters got out here, and it is a completely different scene now than it was then. I can tell you that there were huge plumes of smoke rising up. I could see them from where I was about a mile away, so I started driving closer down I-70 East, and as I got closer, I saw massive flames and several different explosions, between 10 to 15 explosions while I was standing here on the highway, and firefighters were telling us to keep back to try and stay safe where we were, because if we got any closer, they were afraid that that semi-truck would explode. Right now, we're not sure what was inside the semi-truck. We're assuming that it must have been something that was flammable, because it kept sparking back up, causing a lot of trouble for those firefighters. I can tell you right now they are still hosing down that truck, trying to get this area under control, but right now it's not safe enough for them to reopen the highway, so this is really going to impact traffic for several hours to come, I'm assuming, on I-70. We are just east of Manchester. Reporting live in Kansas City, Sarah Hollenbeck, 41 Action News.
Thank you, Sarah. We want to go to Captain Greg right now, who's up in Sky Tracker getting a bird's eye view of this thing. Captain Greg, it looks like pieces of this truck are on both sides of the median here.
Yeah, that's right, guys, and Major Miles doing a great job explaining the traffic situation. Sarah, first one on the scene, actually driving by the situation. We're going to give you a live bird's eye view. As we look at it from the air, this did impact the median. It did actually breach it and go over onto the eastbound side. It's going to be the left side of your screen. And like Sarah said, this truck apparently carrying some kind of a chemical which was flammable, burst into flames. If you look at the very back of the tanker, I'm going to have Brenda look just a little bit closer. You can see that there's still some kind of a captured liquid back there that just kind of drips out of the bottom of it. So there actually still is some fire there. You can see firefighters don't think too much of it, just standing right next to it. So that must be a very limited amount of liquid still in there, but apparently that is still going to be an issue for it. I-70 completely closed at this location. So basically, like Major said, between Manchester and 435, I-70 will be closed, I'm sure, throughout the commute. Guys, are going to take a while to clean this one up. Back to you in the studio.
And Captain Greg, it looks like they've got people rerouted further back enough that there's not too much of a backup. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. Like Major said, 40 Highway is the alternate from here. If you're eastbound on the commute into the city, basically getting off at Blue Ridge, taking 40 Highway. Right now, that is not a bad alternate. It's not very crowded. That will change, of course, as we get through the 6 o'clock hour. Eastbound, getting off at 40 Highway or 31st Street is what it's actually called there. And of course, the eastbound commute not as heavy. But yeah, this is going to be a big deal as we get into commute and as the heavier traffic starts coming in from Jackson County.
Captain Greg live in Sky Tracker over I-70 near Manchester Trafficway, where this semi, finally the fire is out. It was burning hot and heavy early this morning, and again, traffic going to increase. Here's some great news, folks. The driver, no serious injuries. Is that incredible? We're going to keep you posted on this all throughout the morning.